at you with another banger. Of course, today we're going to be going over part 4 of our spread offensive ebook. The formation we're going to be going over is going to be doubles offset weak. It is a very, very unique formation. It's got a lot of misdirection, whether that be orbit routes from the wide receiver or swing routes from the running back, a lot of auto motion, a lot of stuff that is going to compromise the user and open up other parts of the field. It also has some really, really unique stock routes that are going to shred man coverage, and it has really good spacing. So if you are one of those aggressive catch demons, this is definitely a formation you're going to want to look into, because it's going to really force your opponent to not play a lot of deep zones over the top. They're going to really have to play hard flats. They're going to have to shade underneath, those kind of things, and that's really going to open up the rest of your offense. But before we get into this, I do want to thank you guys so much. We just hit 700 subscribers. We're on our road to 1K. If you guys do like this video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy, including all kinds of ebooks. We're going to be dropping part 5 and 6 of our spread offensive ebook coming soon. I'm trying to master these formations before I put them out. That is why I'm spacing them out so much. I don't want to put out a half-assed product because that is not what you guys deserve. You guys deserve only the best, and I appreciate you guys so much for the support. So let's waste no more time. Let's hop right into this. Alright, boys, so we are in the spread offensive playbook, also known as pass balance. If you're looking in Madden Ultimate Team, it's going to be called pass balance. If you're looking in regs, or if you're looking online, it's going to be the spread offensive playbook. And really what we're going to be focusing on here is misdirection. I'm going to show you guys real quick that we have a nice 0-1 trap that is going to be an excellent run. 0-1 traps this year out of pretty much every formation are going to be some of the best runs in the game. We're going to go ahead and see that right here. We're able to pick up easy yards. A lot of the time you're going to be able to break that for a absolutely massive gain. I'm not going to show this too many times, but this formation is super unique, and the reason that it is so unique, as we break a massive gain, we're going to take that all the way for about a 40-yard gain, as we see this 0-1 trap is a very good run play. But what I was saying about this formation, the reason it is so unique is because it has auto motions from both sides of the field. From the solo side receiver and the running back is going to have orbit routes and mountain routes. Orbit routes are going to be auto motions from the wide receiver, and it's going to go to the strong side of the formation. I'm going to show you guys here that when we pick this RPO orbit bubble, this wide receiver, Chris Godwin in this case, is going to motion automatically from the left side or the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen, and against man coverage it's going to be wide open every single time for an easy dot. For whatever reason, the cornerback that is manned up to him right there is never ever going to follow him to the other side of the formation, so they're going to have to really adjust to stop this one specific orbit route. Also, it is pretty deep. It's about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So when you throw that route, it's going to be really hard to lurk. They're really going to have to get back there with our user. And if they do guess wrong and they're all the way in the backfield with our user, it's really going to open up the rest of the field. And that's what we're going to try to do with this offense. We're going to try to open up the rest of the field. We're going to use these orbits and mountain routes as distractions to really help us open up the rest of the field, make them over adjust, put hard flats on the field, force them into zone coverage, and really attack the sidelines in the middle of the field while their user are lurking along the line of scrimmage in the backfield because they are scared of these orbit RPO routes. We can also hand the ball off here. Now we're not going to pick up much yardage because Overstorm Brave does a great job at blowing up inside zone runs. But we're going to see one more time that we can throw this orbit route for an easy dot every single time. For whatever reason, that corner is never going to follow. I don't know if it's coded into the game. It's also like that in some other formations that I've showed you in previous portions of my spread offensive ebook. We see that out of slot offset, when you run that RPO peak zone bubble or any other RPO routes out of that formation, that when you auto motion guys, for whatever reason, the man's never switch, and the man never follows them across the screen. So our audibles for this formation are going to be RPO orbit bubble, switch, mountain Z spot, and 0-1 trap. We went over the 0-1 trap, we went over the RPO orbit bubble. Let's go over mountain Z spot next. I'm going to show you guys against man coverage. Overstorm Brave specifically right here. I really do like this play. There are a couple stock routes that do an excellent job of beating man coverage. Now, we don't have the best tight end, so our tight end isn't going to get separation against man coverage a lot of the time. But I have noticed with this play that there is a man switch a lot of the time. So what I like to do here is put my tight end on a streak. And even though they think the tight end is manned up, we're going to be able to throw it for an easy seam streak. Or we're going to have that running back wide open out of the backfield. So I'm going to show you guys here. Again, nobody manned up to the running back when we have that motion. And it's going to be an easy dot every single time. Specifically against man coverage, even against zone coverage, you're going to be able to throw that most of the time. But against man coverage, you're going to be able to throw that every single time. For whatever reason, those auto motions really kill man coverage. I don't know if it's coded into the game wrong or if that's just how it works, but I'll show you guys here one more time. And the running back is wide open out of the backfield. Sometimes you're going to get a man switch there, and when you streak that tight end, it's going to be a touchdown over the top. But for whatever reason, right now, that is not happening. So take note of that, because in game that will happen sometimes. Now the rest of this play, I'm actually going to block my tight end here and put this guy on a C route. That is one of my favorite setups for this play. You can also put this guy on a whip or a slant. If you know you are facing man coverage, just so you have a couple more options on this play. But this corner route from the left side of the screen is going to do a great job of beating man coverage. Now that is pretty much the same corner route that you're going to get from Hot Route Master. Here I'll show you guys a Hot Route Master corner route. And it is pretty much exactly the same when we reset the play. It is almost the same route. So again, C route, slant, and then we keep Fournette on this little swing route. Here I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against Overstorm Brave. And we do actually miss the throw right there, but that corner route was doing a great job of getting separation against man coverage. If you do have a short and elite or a route tech on the field, that is going to absolutely fry man coverage pretty much every single time. And that's really what we're going to be looking for. Now again, we have Godwin on that C route, and we all know the C routes this year are super glitchy against man coverage. So a little bit of a high throw right there, and because we blocked our tight end, there was a deep half on that side of the field, so we can go ahead and put him on a streak this time. And I'll show you guys. Let's go ahead and spy this guy. Let's say that's their user. We'll see what this looks like with this setup. And that C route is going to be wide open over the top, even though Tom Brady missed the throw. I do like to high throw that because a lot of the time, if you just bullet pass it, they are going to be able to lurk it, since it's such a tight window that you got to fit it in there. So we went over our mountain spot setups. We did see that corner route is capable of beating man coverage. If you have a better receiver or a receiver with an ability that is going to beat man coverage pretty much every single time, I recommend short and elite or route tech. If you are struggling with man coverage, those are the absolute two best abilities to beat them. Slotomatic is also good if you are using slot routes. Obviously, if you have a slot receiver and they are on a short slot route, Slotomatic is going to go crazy. So let's go ahead and show you guys a couple more plays that I like to run against man coverage. I actually picked the wrong play there, so let's go ahead and choose a new play again. Go ahead and go cover one hole. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to do this ebook a little bit differently. I'm going to go over what I like to do against man coverage, then cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, instead of going over every specific play against every specific coverage. It's just going to be easier that way. It's going to save a little bit of time. I went over the one run play that I do like out of this formation first. We also do have this halfback draw, and we have the orbit inside zone. But really, I like the RPO power peak isn't bad either. But really, I like that 0-1 trap. That is my favorite run of this formation. I can show you the RPO power peak if you'd like. Just real quickly against Overstorm Brave. It doesn't do a great job, but we do have nice little backside routes if you do like RPOs. We see here we are able to pick up a few yards, but it is not the best run play. So that's why I'm not going over the run plays in this formation. The 0-1 trap is really the only noteworthy one. The other ones, the RPO with the swing route, the RPO orbit, is a really good route because people like to run man coverage so much, and that orbit route is going to do a great job at destroying man coverage. If you do need a 2-point conversion, RPO orbit and RPO peak zone bubble are my two favorite plays in this playbook for 2-point conversions. Really, really going to throw your opponent off. So against man coverage, again, real quick, we're just going to go over cover one hole this time so I don't get screamed at offensively. This time we're going to be coming out in the play sail, and I really, really like this play against man coverage stock. Now, if you do need time, what you can do is you can motion Godwin in here, and you can motion snap him. But everything else on this play, we're just going to go ahead and keep stock. This running back route is going to do a great job at getting separation against man coverage. We have a tight end whip route, which is super, super unique to only a couple formations in the game. And that is also going to do a great job of getting man coverage, or beating man coverage. This corner route from Gage is a super unique corner route, and it cuts very sharply and then moves up the field very quickly. That is also going to do an incredible job at beating man coverage. And if they are playing a cover zero style man coverage, then Mike Evans is going to absolutely fry over the top. Although here we are running cover one hole, so he's probably not going to fry quite as much. Another option that we have on this play is we can motion Mike Evans over, and we can turn this post into a corner route. So I'm going to show you guys that here just real quick. And we're coming up against press man coverage here. So let's go ahead and show you guys. And we see we're able to hit Gage over the top for an easy completion. Even if they shade outside, that corner route is going to do an excellent job at beating man coverage. I'll show you guys what it looks like shaded outside here. And again, Gage, not the best receiver in the world by any stretch. Not crazy fast either, but he is absolutely frying man coverage on that route. And if you do have an ability like short and elite, it's going to be even better. I'll show you guys what this looks like from this Mike Evans route when you do motion it over. Again, it is a little bit of a deeper corner route because it was originally a post, but it's also going to do a great job of getting separation against man coverage as we get screamed at off the edge there. If you do let it sit and you get the press animation, because Mike Evans is so good of a receiver, or if you have a really, really good receiver in mind, they're going to win on that press animation more often than not. Let's go ahead and just let this play develop a little bit, and I'll get into practice mode, and I'll show you guys, or I'll get into the instant replay, and I'll show you guys what your read progression needs to be. We see that Leonard Fournette right here does a great job at beating his man to the sideline. We're going to notice that this running back route is a super unique running back route. It is kind of like a out route, but it's a really deep out route, and for whatever reason it fries man coverage pretty much every time. Again, we have this corner out from Gage that was getting excellent separation. We have Mike Evans, who was also getting excellent separation on his corner route. And then we have a backside in route from Chris Godwin as a last resort read. If you do need to just get the ball off, that in route is going to do a great job at beating man coverage as well. And then we also have the tight end whip route, which against a heavy man blitz, I'll show you guys here against Overstorm Brave, is going to do a great job of getting separation. Now, like I said, you can motion Godwin in, and you can motion snap just like this. And we have that tight end whip for almost a touchdown. It is so good at beating man coverage. Those tight end whips are really unique, and I really love that this formation has one. Also, again, against Overstorm Brave, we're going to be looking for that corner route and Fournette on that. Nice little running back route here. I'll show you guys against Minka, one of the best safeties in the game. Obviously, that Fournette still beat his man. Obviously, I got screamed at there. I didn't have quite enough time. But let's go ahead and hop into instant replay, and I'll show you guys that even against Minka Fitzpatrick, we're going to be able to throw that to the sideline every single time, even though he has the speed advantage on Leonard Fournette, and he is a much better safety than Leonard Fournette is running back. We saw again that Mike Evans getting separation over the top. If we were able to get the pass off, we could pass lead that inside and lob it for a nice easy one-play touchdown. And again, we're going to be looking for that corner route or that whip route for the tight end. Really, our first two reads here are going to be the tight end and the running back, and then that corner route and then the post, and then the backside in route if we want to go over our read progressions. But I showed you guys pretty much everything I like to do against man coverage. Let's hop into zone coverage, and I'll show you guys my favorite setups against zone. Alright, so we're going to go over cover 2 first. I know a lot of people don't run cover 2, but if you do run into a cover 2 demon that is adjusting a lot out of cover 2, this play is going to absolutely shred it. This PA bubble Y over, really you don't have to make any adjustments with this play. You can just run it stock against a cover 2, and it's going to be a one-play touchdown pretty much every single time. We're going to be looking for Mike Evans on that really unique fade route that fades outside almost to the pylon. And we're going to see here if we can get time, which we didn't, but he was getting over the top of the defense for a one-play touchdown pretty much every single time. Let's go ahead and see if we can snap this thing one more time. And of course, we cannot get the ball off. So I'm going to spy some guys here just for this video's sake so it doesn't take too long. And we see that Mike Evans, really easy touchdown over the top. Also against the cover 2, we're going to have our tight end on this nice crossing route that we're going to be able to throw. You don't have to keep this guy right here on a swing route. You can put him on a whip route. You can put him on an out route. You can do really whatever you want with them. You don't even have to keep this this RPO or this play action, as I did make a pretty late read right there. But you can high pass that to your tight end a lot of the time too, and that's going to be a really nice completion. But you can block your running back. You don't have to keep the play action here. High throw to the tight end, nice easy dot. But really what we're going to be looking for is that outside fade from Mike Evans there. That's going to be our main read against the cover 2. On this play, even if they have 30-yard flats, it's going to be a touchdown pretty much every single time for whatever reason. Those specific type of fade routes that fade to the sideline from the outside absolutely shred cover 2, which makes sense because cover 2 is not supposed to do a great job at covering the sidelines. Again, nice easy dot there. It's going to be a massive gain every single time against the cover 2. Other plays that I like to run against the cover 2, the sail play that we went over against man coverage also does an excellent job against a cover 2. Go ahead and come back here to doubles offset weak. I'll show you guys sail against the cover 2, and actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sub in a garbage defensive line. That way we don't get shedded as crazy. I already showed you guys the run plays, so I don't need to focus on that too much. So let's go ahead and show you guys against a cover 2 hard flat on this sail. What I really like to do here is I like to put Godwin on just a streak, and we're going to be looking for Evans on this post over the top, split the safeties, and nice easy one-play touchdown. It doesn't take too long to develop at all either, which I really like about that play. Also, we're going to possibly have this corner route on the sideline if we can get enough time. And of course, we got shedded by the garbage defensive line. Really, you want to run this play wide side against the cover 2, but against any other zone coverage, you want to run this play short side of the field. So I'll show you guys this one more time. See if we can get Russell Gage open here, and we are going to find him for a nice easy dot on the sideline. So those are the 2 plays that I would really run against the cover 2. But once you hit people with that nice one-play touchdown against cover 2, they're probably not going to get in cover 2 again for the rest of the game. But if they are running cover 2 for whatever reason, because they're trying to defend those swing routes with cover 2 hard flats, then we're going to have that PA replay for a one-play touchdown every single time. So let's go ahead and hop into a cover 3 here, and I'll show you guys what I like against the cover 3. Also, we can run this sail play against a cover 3. If I can find it. Against the cover 3 to stock, this corner out is going to also get very open if I can actually have enough time to throw it. There he got bumped, so he didn't get open as quickly, but we are going to find a nice little window inside the cover 3. Most people won't run purples with their cover 3 though. They'll either shade down and shade up, or they'll just shade down. So I'll show you guys what this looks like with cloud flats. And we were able to fit that into a nice little tight window. That is a little bit of a weirder corner route. It does a really good job against man coverage, but against zone, it does take a little bit longer to develop. Against a cloud, you also have this running back route. Really, against any cover 3, you're going to have that running back route. If you see that they're not using the running back, and you do get a press animation, right here, you're going to be able to throw this every single time for a completion, just rack it down the field, because that outside corner is never ever going to be able to defend that, because he is obviously in a press animation with the slot wide receiver. So again, if they don't get the press animation, we're going to be able to throw that corner out. We also have Mike Evans on that post route. We can fire it in there real quick. You can streak Gage right here, and I'll show you guys this route combo. It just gives us a nice little window to throw that post route to Evans against the cover 3. It's not my favorite play against the cover 3, but it definitely does work. We always have this check down from the whip, and then we have the backside in route. That was not perfect accuracy. I don't care what you say, EA. That was not perfect accuracy. But this whip route does do a great job at getting in between zone coverages if I can actually pass lead it the right way. Let's go ahead and try this one more time. And that whip route is going to do a great job at getting in between zone coverages. Another good setup for this play is motioning Evans over again and turning this into a deep corner route. And finding a nice little dot there. A lot of times they're going to use that whip route from the tight end, because that does such a good job at getting underneath zone coverages and in between zones. That's going to leave this nice little corner route from Mike Evans there over the top. We're going to make sure we streak Godwin on the outside if we do that though, because that's really going to open up that corner route, because it's going to clear out the other zones. We can go ahead and shade down, shade up here, and you don't have to keep this corner out from Gage. If you do that, you can put him on a streak, just a nice little seam streak, and keep this running back route from Fournette here. Go ahead and throw this. That was not the right read. I meant to throw Mike Evans there, but you guys get the idea. I'll go ahead and show you guys this setup one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and streak Godwin there and motion Mike Evans over. And we should be able to find this corner route on the sideline for a nice, easy completion, just like that. Alright, so also against the cover 3, I really like this Mountain Z spot play. You can just keep that auto motion from the running back, and we're going to put both our outside guys on streaks here. You can smart route this tight end route if you'd like, but we're really going to be looking for the corner routes on either side of the field. And we are able to find it for a massive gain that time. Those clear outs on the outside, putting those receivers on streaks, is really going to clear out those zones. This swing route for the running back is going to distract their user, hopefully for long enough for us to actually find one of those corner routes from either our slot receiver or the tight end on this play. Now, I do like running this play to the wide side of the field, as we can find our other corner route right there for a nice easy completion. That streak corner route combo is going to be absolutely deadly, especially with these corner routes because they're a little bit deeper. And they're really going to be big hitters down the field, as again, as soon as we see that that outside streak clears out that corner on the outside, we're going to be able to throw these corner routes pretty much every single time. Against a hard flat, it's going to get even more open. I can show you guys that here. We aren't going to have the swing route, but we are going to have a massive, massive gain from our tight end. So they really have to adjust a lot to this play specifically. It does a really good job against man coverage and against zone coverage. Against the cover 3 as well. I'll go over one more play. And we're going to be going over the Orbit X bot. Our main setup here is just to put our running back on an in route and put our outside receiver on a streak. And then we're going to be looking for this corner route from our slot receiver again. Nice dot down the sideline. We're also going to be looking for this post from our tight end. That's going to do a good job of getting in between zones. You're going to be able to highball that a lot of the time for a nice easy dot right in the middle of the field. If they do use the corner route, we're going to have that post wide open in the middle of the field. You can highball pretty much anything against zone coverage in this year's game, and it might get knocked out, but they're usually not going to intercept it. As we see, we do get the we get it knocked out there, but we do have the post over the top. So I'll show you guys one more time. We're also going to have a read to our running back on this play if they are playing a little bit deeper zone drops, or if they're playing purple zones. Running back's going to find a nice space, and we're going to be able to rack that up the field for a nice easy gain. So those are my favorite plays against man coverage. I actually haven't gone over my very favorite play against those are my favorite plays against the cover 3. My very favorite play against the cover 3 is going to be this play switch. Really, this is going to be my very favorite play against pretty much every zone coverage. And the reason being, I really like these wheel routes from the slot this year. I think they do an excellent job at beating zone coverage. I don't think people utilize them quite enough. Here I just put my running back on an in route and put my outside receiver on a streak. But we're really going to be looking for this wheel pretty much every single time. You can put any other route combo you want around that wheel route. Except the most important part is we're going to put that outside receiver on a streak pretty much every single time. And that's going to clear out that deep zone for long enough for us to hit this wheel on the sideline right here. Even if they have deeper zone drops, you can throw the wheel early. Against zone coverage, this is so underutilized. These wheel routes do an excellent job against zone coverage. So let's go ahead and show you guys this one more time. I have this same kind of concept that I use out of a slot offset, which is the main formation that I run, and it just shreds every kind of zone. I'll show you guys against the cloud flat here. You can also do something like that, have a couple curls on the field. You can put a curl flat combo on the field and really space the field and try to get their user distracted because we're really going to be looking, as we get disengaged, we're going to be looking for that wheel on the sideline pretty much every time. I'm going to show you guys against a cover 2. This wheel is also going to do an excellent job at getting open. Against cover 2, I would put my tight end on a streak, and again, my running back on an in route. And for whatever reason, the cover 2 matched a little bit there. They usually don't follow them that far down the field. If you are having that problem, let's go ahead and switch to a cover 2. You can put your running back on an out route. That way it will pull down that cover 2 zone a little bit more. And again, we're able to find Russell Gage down the sideline for an absolutely massive gain. You're going to be able to fit that into really tight windows, especially if you have set feet lead. Even against the cover 4, I'll show you guys here that we're going to be able to get this open. This wheel route and streak combo is probably the most underutilized route combo in the game. I think it is really good against zone coverage. Super underutilized. Even against an outside quarter, we're able to squeeze that ball in there. And if you have somebody with a better release than Tom Brady, you're going to be able to fit that into even tighter windows. Against the cover 4, I do like streaking my tight end and make them chase that seam streak, because even against the cover 4 this year, seam streaks are really, really good. And we'll put our running back on an out route again. Again, we can eyeball that right there. And a lot of the time, you actually are going to come down with that. Especially in Madden Ultimate Team if you have that Kyle Pitts. I didn't mean to call a timeout there. Let's go ahead and go over this play one more time. And we're able to squeeze that into a tight window again. Actually, right there, I got a press win on the cover 4, so I had a touchdown over the top. But that doesn't happen very often. And it shows you guys there against every single coverage, that wheel is going to get open on the sideline. I just wanted to show you guys that because it is a extremely underutilized route combo, and it's really something that I think that you need to add to your offense, especially if you are playing against zone coverage quite a bit. It is a zone destroyer. So I just wanted to add that in there. We're going to go over just a couple more things in this formation, then we're going to call it a video. I know it's a little bit longer than I intended, but it's definitely shorter than some of my other ebooks. I'm going to cut out as much of this as I possibly can. But really, in this formation, you're going to want to focus on the orbit PAX spot, the RPO orbit bubble, and then we're going to focus on our mountain plays. Now, this shovel option is okay if you have a fast quarterback, but if you don't have a fast quarterback, I would not run it. Mountain curl combo against man coverage. Actually, you can throw curls against man coverage pretty consistently. What I would do here is put my slot receiver on a post if I had a hot route master or a slot apprentice. But we're able to throw curl routes against man coverage pretty consistently. You just gotta pass lead it back down. It's a really, really good play to get a first down if you do need it and they don't have a short route or mid route KO on the field. Because if they do have those KOs on the field, a lot of the time it's gonna get knocked out. I'll show you guys here one more time that we can. It's a timing route, but we can throw those curls against man coverage pretty much every single time to either side of the field. So PA curl combo is a decent play if you need a first down. Real quickly, that curl flat combo is going to do a great job at really pulling zones away too. You're going to have that curl or that flat pretty much every single time for a nice little gain. But other than that, there's not a lot more to this formation. I know there are a lot more plays. This PA jailbreak screen isn't bad though. Against man coverage, jailbreak screens are actually very, very good this year. They're another one of those things that are super underutilized. I'll go ahead and show you guys this here. And we actually couldn't get it off, but it was setting up very, very nicely for an absolutely massive game. I have gone over jailbreak screens this year before, but we see against man coverage, it is going to be a one-play touchdown. It's a timing thing though. If you run jailbreak screens, definitely get into practice mode and try to get the timing down, because if you throw it too early, it's going to be a pick, and if you hold on to the ball too long, it's going to be a sack. As we see here, we do get the ball off, but you really got to throw it right at the right time. I'll show you guys this here just one more time, and then we're going to call this a video. And we threw it too early there. It was almost an interception. But we saw that jailbreak screen can definitely go for a touchdown. Other than that, there's not a lot of plays that I really, really love out of this formation. There are just a couple really, really good plays. And the misdirection in this formation definitely makes it a really, really good offense to run. Especially if you're trying to space the field and you are doing something like aggressive glitches or like aggressive catch glitching. This is a great offense if you're ag glitching, specifically because the spacing on the field is great and these swing routes are really going to compromise their users and make it to where they can't double team your massive Harold Carmichael's Megatrons down the field. So you're going to be able to ag them one-on-one pretty much every single time. Also, it does a great job at shredding zone coverage. But I hope you guys liked the video. Part 4 of our spread offensive ebook. I tried to make it a little bit shorter this time. I still have to go over gun bunch and our trip sets, but we're going to go over that in our next video. I really want to get that down as much as possible. Before I go over it, there are also a couple more formations in this playbook that I do want to go over, including one tight set that I think is really, really good. But it's your boy Killer Cam Friend. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy. I'm Mel. I'll see you guys soon.